Our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring another moon. But oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires, like to a step-dame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver boat bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our splendors.
Go, fill the straight, stir the feeding to merriment. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not far upon. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and one night loved doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with revelry.
Happy Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come my felt complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius, my noble lord. This man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander, and my gracious Duke. This man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen impression of her fantasy. Turn to obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness, and, my gracious Duke, be it so she will not hear. Before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman, or to her death, according to our law, immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid. To you, your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are, but as a form in wax. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is. But in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked, but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case, if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
To die the death, or to abjure from the society of men. And therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether he yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the delivery of a nun. Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius, as he would.
Relent, fair Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy praised title to my certain right. You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have her. You marry him. Scornful Lysander, true, he hath my love. And what is my love shall render him, and she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius. I am my lord as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way is fairly rent, if not with vengeance as Demetrius. But what is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll vouch to his head, made love to Maynard's daughter, Helen, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But being over full of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius come, and come, Aegeus, you shall go with me, for I have some private schooling for you both. As for you, fair Hermia, look you on yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yield you up to death or to a vow of single life. Come, my Hippolyta, with cheer, my love.
With duty and desire we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Like for want of rain, which I could well obtain them from the tempest of my eyes.
often I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. Neither it was different in blood,
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled, too low.
or else misgrafted in respective years,
Of spite, too old to be engaged, too young.
or else it stood upon the choice of friends,
Hell, choose love by another's eyes.
or, if there were a sympathy in choice, or death or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the calm night. Jaws of darkness do devour it up, so quick bright things come to conclusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict of destiny. Then let us teach our child patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager, of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house, remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helen, to do observance through morn of May. There will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus' stubbs, by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, by all the vows that ever men broke, in number more than ever women spoke. In that same place thou hast appointed me. Tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helen.
Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair, that fair cannot say. Demetrius loves your fair, oh happy fair. Oh, were favor so yours would I catch, fair Hermia. Here I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I give to be you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway his heart.
I frown upon, and yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns could teach my smile such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers with such affection do.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hated me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty were that fault mine.
Take comfort. No more shall see my face. Lysander and myself shall fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens is a paradise to me. And all that the graces of my love do dwell, then here turn to heaven and to a hell.
Helen, to our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, time that lovers' fights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
And in the woods, where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet. There my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes, to seek new friends in stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us, and good luck grant thou to Demetrius. Keep ward, Lysander, and starve our sight for lovers' food tomorrow at evening night.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some could be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind. Therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind any judgment haste. Wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. Therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so often beguiled. For ere Demetrius looked upon Hermia's eyes, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved in showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him a fair Hermia's plight. Then to the wood tomorrow night will he pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But here mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Generally, man by man according to the script.
Here is a scroll of every man's name which is thought fit through all of Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at Trent.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. And now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the weaver.
Ready. Name what part I am for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will axe some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. Yet my chief humor is that of tyrant. I could play Hercules rarely, or a parched terror captain to make all split. Though raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison's gate, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far to make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. And now name the rest of the players. This was Hercules' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover's more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is this? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Hey, let me not play with woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I shall speak in a monstrous little voice. Disney. Ah, Pyramus, my lover dear. Thy Thisbe dear lady here.
No, you must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinkerer.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus' father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner, you, the lion's part. And I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me. For I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I shall roar that it will do any man's heart good comfort. I shall roar that the Duke shall say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all. That would hang us all.
I grant you, friends, if you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion than to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice, so that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you, and twere any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely, gentlemanlike man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. Oh, what beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
I'll discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple ingrain beard, or your French crown-colored beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you shall play barefaced. But masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to call them by tomorrow night and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town by moonlight. There we shall rehearse, for if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company and our devices know. In the meantime, I shall draw a bill of property such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously, and take pains to be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough, hold our cut bowstrings.
Because that she, as her attendant hath, a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king, she never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have the child, not in his training to trace the forest wild. But she, perforce, withholds the lovely boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green. By fountain clear or sprinkled starlight sheen, but they do swear that all their elsewhere fear, curl in the acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and make you quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish spread called Robin Goodfellow. Are not you he that frightens the maidens of the villagery, skims milk and sometimes labors in the quern, and bootless makes the breathless housewife churn? Sometimes make the drink to bear no balm, and misleading night wanderers laughing at their harm. Those that hobgoblin call the word sweet talk, you do their work and they shall have their love. Are not you he?
Thou speakest aright. I am that merrier wander of the night. I just go on and make him smile, when I, a fatted bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in the likeness of a filly foal, and sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in the likeness of a roasted cow. And when she drinks against her lips to my palm, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale, a merry hour was never wasted there. The broomberry, here comes Oberon.
And here our mistress, would that you were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Very skipends, I forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash one. Am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady, but I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of corn sat all day, playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here? Come from the farther steppes of India? But that forsooth bouncing Amazon, your buskin mistress and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus forsake Titania, glance at my credit with Apollo, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst thou not read through the glimmering night from Paragonia looking raptured, and make him with fair Aeolus break his faith?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and ever since midsummer spring, that we on hill and dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by brushy brook, or in the beached margin of the sea, to dance our rings to the whistling wind. but with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land have made every pelting river so proud, that they have overborne their continents. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him or hero blessed. The spring, the summer, the challenging autumn, angry winter change their wonted liveries. By their increase, now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania wish to cross her overall? And to but beg for your little change for the child to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spice of Indian air by night, full often has she gossiped by my side. We have laughed to see the sails conceive, and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind. But she, pretty unassuming gait following, her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land, to fetch me trifles in return again, as from a voyage, rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal of that boy, did die. For her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day, if you will patiently dance in our rounds and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that child, and I'll go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away, we shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for the century. My gentle Puck, come hither. Dost thou remember it, since once I sat upon a promontory, and hearing a mermaid on a dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath, that the rude sea grew still at her song, and certain stars shone madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music?
I remember.
That very time I saw, though thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed. A certain Amy took a fair Vestral throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow to pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chase beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votaress pass it on in maiden meditation, fancy-free. Yet, marked I where the strange wolf of Cupid fell upon a little western flower, for milk white, not purple with love's wound. And the maidens call it love and idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once, for the juice of it upon sleeping islands lay will make on man or woman madly dote upon the next life creature that it sees. Fetch me this flower, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swimmily.
I'll put a girdle round about here for 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing she waking then looks upon, be it on lion, or cat, or wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. Who comes here? I'm invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll stay, the other stayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen unto this wood, and here am I, and wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, hard-hearted adamant, yet you draw not iron, for my heart is as true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, in plainest truth, do I tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And that's why I love you even more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat on me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as you use your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave and worthy as I am to follow with you. What worse a place can I beg in your love? Yet to place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog.
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not.
Your virtue is my privilege. Therefore I think I am not the knight when I see your face. Nor doth this would lack any worlds of company, for you and my respect are all the world.
I'll run from thee, and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will. The story shall be changed. Hollow flies and Daphne holds the chase. Mankind makes speed to catch its tiger. Bootless speed, and cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go. Or, if thou follow, do not believe but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
I, in the temple, the town, the field, you give me mischief. Fire, Demetrius! Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, yet weren't made to woo. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of a hell to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, then. Ere he do fly this road, thou shalt fly, and he shall seek thy love. Sell the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it to me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxfords and the nodding violet grows. There sleeps Titania sometime in the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And with the juice of this, I'll anoint her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of this, and see through this grove near a sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it with the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Effect it with some care, as he may prove more fond on her than she upon him. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord. Your servant shall do so.
Come now, around a light of fairy song, and for the third part of a minute hence, some to kill cankers in the musk rosebuds, some to mold green rocks with leather wings to make my small elf goats, and some keep back, with clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now to sleep, then to your offices, and let me rest. You spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hair, child, please not speak. Loose as I were through the wall, come not near our fairy queen. Philomel with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. Lula, lula, lullaby, lula, lula, lullaby. Never harm a spell nor charm. Come, our lovely lady, night.
what thou seest and thou dost wake. Do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for its sake. Be it on ounce or cat or bear, hart or boar with bristled hair, in thine eyes that shall appear. When thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, think of wandering in the wood. To speak troth, I have forgot our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comforts of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I have come this day to rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one throat.
Nay, good Lysander. My sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet of my innocence. Love takes the meaning of one's confidence. I meant that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained by an oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom you deny. For lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily, but much be sure my manners and my pride. If Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. Gentle friend for love and courtesy, lie further off than modesty. Such separation, as may well be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love never alter to thy sweet life end.
Amen. Amen to that fair prayer, say I. And then end life in my end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
Half that wish, close his eyes and rest.
Through the forest have I gone, but being found I'm none. Whose eyes might have proved this flower's force and stewing love.
Then sellers! Who is here? Queens of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master, sir. Despise the Athenian maid, and here be the maiden on the ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack of this kill courtesy.
Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power of this charm that
When thou wakest, let love forbid, sleep a seat on thy eyelid. Now wake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Say no thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee, hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, doth darkly leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril. I alone will go.
Oh, I'm out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoever she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are often washed than hers. No, I'm as ugly as a bear, for when beasts meet me, they run away with fear. But who is here? Lysander on the ground, dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, good sir, if you live awake.
And run through fire will I with thy sweet sing. Transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that violin perish on my sword!
Say not so, Lysander, say not so. What thou you love your Hermia, Lord, what though? Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who would not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed. And reason says you are the worthy thing. Reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, wherefore I look. Love's stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius's eye? But you must flaunt my insufficiency? Good troth you do me wrong, good sooth you do, in such a disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well, perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, of a lady of one man refused, should therefore be another abused?
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near. For as a serpent I do sweetest things in the deepest loathing to the stomach brings. Of all be hated, but most of thee, and all my powers address your love and might, to honor Helen, and to be heard.
Are we all met?
Here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. Green cloth shall serve as our stage. This encore break our tiring house, and we shall do it in action as we who do it before the do.
Peter quits.
What sayest thou, Holy Bottom?
There are many things in this play of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
My Brinkman, a horrorless fear.
I fear we must leave the killing now, when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let this prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And, for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of their fears.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afraid of your mind?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider for yourselves. To bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing. For there is no more fearful wildfowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell his not.
Nay, you must name his name, and half of his face must be shown through the lion's neck. And he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same effect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity on my life. No, no, I am no such thing. I am a man as other men are. And verily, may he name his name and tell them plainly, he is snug the joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But there are 2 hard things. That is, to bring moonlight into the chamber. For as you know, Pyramus and Thisbe do meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine in that glare play?
A calendar, a calendar! Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Why then, may we leave the casement of the great chamber where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye. Well, one must come in, put a bush of thorns and a lanthorn, and he comes to
never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster, or some loam, or some rough cast about him to signify a wall. And may he hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your part. Pyramus, you begin. And you must spoken your speech, and turn to that way, and so everyone according to the speech.
What happened? Let's have a swagger in here. We're near the cradle of our fairy queen. What? A plate board? I'll be an auditor. An actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savors sweet.
Odors.
Odors, savors sweet, so hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice! Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus that never played here.
Must I speak now?
I very must you, for you must understand he goes but to see a noise being heard, and is to come again.
Oh, Pyramus, a very white of hue, most friendly rose as triumphant briar, as true holds that would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Venus is tomb, man. Why, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. Speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter, your cue is past, it is never tired.
Oh. As true holds that would never tire.
If ever I were fair, I were only thine.
Oh, monster, it's so strange! Your haunted prey monsters, fly monsters, help!
I'll follow you, and I'll lead you about ground. Bog, brake, bush, briar. Sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hound. A hog, a headless bear, sometimes a fire. And neigh, and bark, and grunt and roar and bird. First not longer fire. And
Why do they run away? This is knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an asset of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee. Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me. To fright me if they could. But I will not stir from the spot. Do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I shall sing, and they shall hear, I am not afraid. The usual cup so black of hue, with old starry bill, the throstle with this note so true, the wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plains on cuckoo gray, whose note full many a man doth hark, and there's not answer nay.
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ears much enamored of thy note, so is mine eye thralled to thy shape, and thy fair virtue's force before doth move me on the first view to say, to swear I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, love and reason keep little company together nowadays.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so, neither. Yet, if I was wise enough to make it out of this wood, I would have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my estate, and I do love thee, therefore go with me. I will give thee fair to attend on me, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the teeth, and sing while thou on the crescent flowers dost sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness so, thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peace blossom, cobweb, moth, and mustard seed.
Ready? And I, and I, and I.
Where shall we go? Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gamble in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries, the honey bags, slipped to the humblebees. For night tapers, prop her waxen thighs, and light by the fiery glow of his eyes. To have my love to bend to arise. Pluck the wings from painted butterflies, and fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him else, and do him courtesies. Hail, mortal! Hail, hail, hail!
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
Ah, good Master Cobweb, I shall desire you of more acquaintance. If I cut my finger, I shall make hold with thee. Your name, modest gentleman?
Peace Blossom.
Ah, good Master Peas Blossom, commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and to Master Peascod, your father. Good Master Peas Blossom, I shall desire you of more acquaintance too. May I beseech your name, honest gentleman?
Mustard seed.
Ah, good Master Mustard Seed, I know thy patience well, for admittedly it has that cowardly, giant-like ox peep devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your kindred hath made mine eye water ere now. Good Master Mustard Seed, I shall desire you of more acquaintance too. And your name, honest gentleman, I shall desire your name. Ah, good Master Moth, I feel I owe you a pittance of apology, for admittedly have I lazily swatted at your good fellow on many a midsummer's night, as they playfully darted between my candles and lamps, seeking better acquaintance with the imitated sunlight's beams. Good Master Moth, I shall desire you of more acquaintance too.
Come, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks the watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Come, tie up my love's tongue. Bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awaked. Then what it was the next came within her eye. She must dote on in extremity. Not my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monstrous love. Near her close and contemplated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals, that worked the bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play, intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest, thick skin of that barren shore, appearance presented to their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I did him a dance to take, an ass's knoll that fixed upon his head, so at his sight wake his fellows fly. I led them on in this distracted career, and let sweet Pyramus transcend there. For in that moment so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved asked,
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is goodness truth, and the Athenian woman by his side. That, when he waked, of course she must be I.
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I would chide, but I should use thee worse. For thou I fear would soon be cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander to sleep, being overshoes and blood punches that even kill me too. Sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. But he has stolen away from sleeping Hermia. It cannot be that thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I. Pierced through the heart by your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I had rather give his carcass to my hounds.
A dog! A cur! The Troilus has the bounds of base patience. Hast thou slain him then? Not a word! An adder do so much. An adder did it more double than I know. Serpent never out of stone.
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get there for?
A privilege, never to see me more. And from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether to be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain, so sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow. For debt that bankrupts, sleep doth sorrow up.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the luggage of the true love's sight.
The fatal rules that one man will control, a million fell counting oath on oath.
About the woods goes swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens wilt thou find. A fancy stick she is and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh more dear. By some illusion see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes ere she do appear.
I go, look who I go, swift in an arrow from a Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink the apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. He thou makest, if she be die, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of the third camp, Helena is here at camp, and the youth, mistook by me, fleeing for lover's speed. So we found him by the Lord, with pulses mortal speed.
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Why should you think that I should woo in scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and thou so born negativity all truth appear. How can these things in me seem scorn to you? Better than imagine faith of proof of truth.
You do advance your cutting more and more. But truth kills truth. O devilishly holy fray, these vows are Hermia's. Will you give her or weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh? Your vows to her and me put into scales even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind will you give her or.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you. Oh, Helena, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eyes? Crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripened show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you all are bent against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you are men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and superpraise my parts, when I know you hate me with your hearts. Both rivals in love with Hermia, now both rivals to mock Helena. Try and exploit a manly enterprise that conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, of Hermia's love I yield you up my part. And yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love, and will kill my death.
Never did awkward grace more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone.
Helen, it is not so.
Look where thy love comes. Yonder is thy dear.
Lysander found, my ear a thing dropping that sound, but why of kindness does not leave me so?
Why should he stay who love doth press to go?
What love pressed Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, that would not let him bide fair Helen, who more yields the night than all yon fiery foes and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Canst this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrives debate me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, all sister vows, the hours that we spent? Oh, is it all forgotten? School days friendship, childhood innocent? Will you rent our ancient love asunder, to join in men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel this injury.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do. Counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other. Hold the sweet jest up. This sport well carried shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall relieve.
Stay gentle, Helena. Hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent! We cannot scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreats. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose believe to prove him false that says I love thee not. I say I love thee more than he can do. If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too. Quick, come! Obey you! No, no, they'll seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow, but yet come not. You are a tame man. Go. Hang off, thou cat! Thou burr! Vile thing, let loose, or I shall shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What change is this we love?
Thy love? Out, loathing medicine! Oh, hated potion, hence!
Do not jest!
Yes, soon, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee. I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust thy word. What? Should I hurt her? Strike her? Kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? What news, my love? Am not I Hermia? Are not you, Lysander? I am as fair now as a wither wild. Since night you loved me. Since night you left me. Why then you left me? Oh, the gods forbid in earnest shall I say.
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain, nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee. And love Helena.
Oh. You juggler! You gang of love and you thief of love! When you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him!
Find ye faith. Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What? Will you tear impatient answers from my tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet!
Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now you see that she hath made comparison in our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And have you grown so high in his esteem, because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maple? Speak! How low am I? I am not yet so low but that my nails can reach unto the eye. I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not strike me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewdness. Perhaps you may think that since she is something lower than myself, that I can match her. Lower. Hark again! Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia, never wronged you, save that in love unto Demetrius I told you of yourself unto this wood. He followed, for love I followed him, but he hath chided me hence, and threatened me, to spurn me, strike me, nay, to kill me too. So will you let me go? To Athens will I bear my folly back, and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am. Why get you gone? Whose sin hinders you? Foolish heart that I leave here behind. What with Lysander? With Demetrius.
Be not afraid. She shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce. Little again! Nothing is low and little. Why will you suffer her to come to us? Let me come to her.
Get you gone, you born, you minimus hindering of not grass maid, you baby, you acorn! You are too officious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena, for if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it. Now she holds me not. Now follow if thou darest, to try who's right, of thine or mine, is most in Helena. Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
You, mistress, all this toil is long with you. Then go back. I will not trust you. I can no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands and mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away. I'm amazed. I know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else committest thy neighbors willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Do not thou tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise, as I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far, I am glad of this distant sort, as this their jangling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. I therefore, Robin, overcast the night. That starry welkin cover thou anon with dreamy fog as black as Acheron, and lead these tested rivals so astray, as one come not within another's way, till o'er their brows their counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batting wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eyes, whose liquor hath this virtuous property to take from thence all care of his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision, and back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with leagues whose date till death shall never end. Whilst I, this fair Indian boy, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy, and then I will her charmed eye release from monster's view, and all things shall be peace.
My fair lord, this must be done in haste, for nights with dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Royal's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts, wandering here and there, troop home to churchyards, damned spirits all.
We are spirits of another sort. I with the morning's love have oft made sport. But notwithstanding, haste, make no delay. We may effect this business in ere of day.
Up and down, up and down. I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down.
He goes before me and still dares me not. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed faster and faster he could fly. Fallen am I in dark uneven way, and here will rest me. Come thou gentle day, for if but once thou show me thy great light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Ho, 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 coward, where comest thou not?
Abide thee if thou darest, for well I wot thou runn'st before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand or look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither. I am here.
Nay? Then thou mockest me. Thou shalt buy this dear, ere I thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. 5 days approach, look to be visited.
Oh, weary night, O long and tedious night, abate thy hours and shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight, or leave that my poor company to test. And sleep that sometimes shut up startled eyes, steal me away awhile from my own company.
Yet but 3, come one more. 2 of both kinds makes a 4. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe. Bedabbled with dew and torn with briars, I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me to the break of day. Heaven shield Lysander if they meet a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound, I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover's remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye, in the country proverb known. In your waking shall be sown. The Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Please join us in the comments for some answers.
Up as light as bird from briar, and this ditty, after me, sing and dance it trippingly.
First rehearse your song by rote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace, will we sing and bless this place.
Now into the break of day, through this house each fair stray,
And to the best bride bed will be, which by us shall blessed be.
and they who then create,
Ever shall be fortunate,
and so shall all the couples three,
ever true in love and peace.
with this field do consecrate every fairy take his gate, and each several chamber bless through this house with sweet peace.
And the owner of it blessed ever shall in safety rest.
Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear. And this week, an idle theme, No more yielding, but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Thus the puck a liar's call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
Just take a couple seconds here to ask a few people to come up on stage. First off, we would like to ask our fabulous director, Miss Medeiros, to come up on stage. Ask our assistant director, Macy, to come center stage. One more person, that would be our head of props, Rebecca Duff.
So Rebecca is our head of props, and she was also in charge of all of the black fairies, we call them, who were making things happen behind the scenes.
That's about it.
Nothing but to help cavalry Peas Blossom to scratch. I must to a barber, for methinks I am marvelous hairy about the face, and I am such a tender ass, that my hair do but tickle, I must scratch. Where is Monsieur Bob?
Ready.
Ah, Monsieur Bob, ready your fleet wings and swift feet, for I am here parched in my throat. Fetch forth me the dew that forms on the forget-me-not vine. For if my memory serves, my memory is patched and torn. Fetch forth me the stew, Monsieur.
Mistress? Skip hence and fly, my fairy. For if my love doth thirst, we must haste to drive it away.
have the tongs and bows.
Or say sweet love without desirous trees.
Truly a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy to catch that secret squirrel's horn and fetch me new nests.
I'd rather have a handful or two of dried peas. But pray you, let none of your people stir me. I seem to have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies be gone, for we always awake. So doth the wood glide, the sweet honeysuckle gently twist the female ivy. So dreams the barking features of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity. For meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favors from this alien fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. For she is temples then and rounded with a coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers. I then did ask of her changeling child, which straight she gave me and sent her fairy to bear him to my bower in fairyland. Now that I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And, gentle hunt, take now this transformed head off the scalp of this bleeding flame, that he awake me when the others do. May all again to Athens repair, and make no more of this nice accident as the fierce vexations of a dream. The first, I will release the fairy queen. Beest thou was wont to be, seest thou was wont to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower has such force and blessed power. Now, my detective, wake me my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, my eyes do loathe his visage now.
Robin, take off this head.
Not without witness, with thine own whose eyes peep.
Come, my queen, take hands with me. Now you and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance into Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless it to all fair prosperity. There the pairs of faithful lovers shall be, wedded with Theseus, all in joy.
My fairy lord, attendant Mark, I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silent sad trip we after the night shade. We the globe encompass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I, sleeping here, was found with these mortals on the ground.
For now our observation is performed, and since we have been airway of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hands. Uncover them in the western valley. Let them go.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in the wood of Crete. They bayed the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every legionnaire sent all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter, here asleep. And this Lysander is. This Demetrius. This Helena, old Nadar's Helena. I wonder if they're being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of command, and hearing our intent, came here to grace our solemnity. But to speak, Aegeus, is not this the day that Hermes should give answer of a choice?
It is, my lord.
Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine is past. Begin these wood birds but to couple now? Pardon, my lord. I pray you all stand up. I know you to are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world, that hatred is so far from jealousy? To sleep by hating, fear no enmity.
My lord,
I will reply amazingly, half sleep, half waking, but as yet I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly would I speak. But so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough, enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away, they would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. Me of my consent and you of your wife. My lord, fair Helena told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood. And I in fury hither followed them. Fair Helena in fancy following me. But, my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power, my love to Hermia melted as the snow. Seems to me now as the remembrance of an idle gout which in my childhood I did dote upon. And all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and pleasure of mine eye, is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia. But like in sickness did I loathe this food. Now in health, come to my natural taste, I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we will more hear anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will. For in the temple, by and by with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. And for the morning, now with something more, our purpose Sunday shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll have a feast in grace and liberty. Come by, Paulina.
These things seem small and indistinguishable, like far-off mountains turning into clouds.
Things I see, these things with parted eyes and everything seems double.
So many things I found Demetrius like a jewel. My own and not my own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems that yet we sleep, we dream. Wasn't the Duke here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father, and Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why then, we are awake. Let us go, and by the way, let us recount our dreams. When my cue comes, call me and I will answer. My next is most fair, Pyramus. Hey ho! Peter Quince! Flute the bellows bender! Snout the tinker! Starveling? God's my life! Stolen hence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream. Past wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he will go about to expound on this dream. Methought I was. There is no telling what methought I was. Methought I was and methought I had, but man is but a patched fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what methought my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream, and it shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. And I shall sing it at the latter end of the play before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
If he comes not, the play goes not forward, doth it? No, he hath the best wit of any handicraftsman in Athens.
Yea, and the best person too. He's a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paramour. Paramour, as God bless us, a thing of naught.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. Had our sport gone forward, we'd have all been made then.
Oh, sweet boy bottom, thus hath he lost 6 pence a day. He cannot have scaped 6 pence a day, and the Duke not paid him for playing Pyramus. I would be hanged. 6 pence a day in Pyramus, or nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
What a little courageous day of what's happy hour!
Masters, I am to discourse wonders to you, but ask me not what. For if I tell you, I am no true Athenian. I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet bottom.
Not a word of me. All that I will say is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together. Good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your puffs. Meet presently at the palace. Every man will go his part, for the short and the long is our place preferred. In any case, let him that plays Bisbee wear clean linen, and let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, for they shall hang out his lion's claws. And, most dear actors, eat no onions nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet bread. And I do not doubt but to hear them say, it is a sweet comedy. No more words! Away! Go away!
Such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than the vast hell can hold. That is the madman. And as imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown, the poet's pen turns them to shapes and gives to airy nothing a local habitation in a name. Such tricks have strong imagination, that if it would but apprehend some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy. For in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed to bear?
But all the story the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancy's images, and rose to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us wait in your royal walks.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where's our usual manager of mirth? Illustrate?
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what of Richmond have for this evening? What mass, what music? How shall we beguile this lazy time if not some delight?
There is a brief. How many sports are right? Make choice of which I have to see first.
The battle with the centaurs to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. Well, none of that. That have I told my love, in glory of kinsman Hercules. The ride of the tipsy bacchanals tearing the Thracian singer in the rage. That is an old device and was played when I from Thebes came last conquering. The thrice 3 muses mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary. And that is some satire, keen and critical, not sorting with the nuptial ceremony. A tedious, brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe. A very tragical mirth. Tedious and brief? Merry and tragical? That is hot ice and wondrous strange to know. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I've known a play. But 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play, there's not one word act, one player fitted, and tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus there to kill himself, which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made my eyes water. For more merry tears, the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work the Matins here, which never labored in their minds till now, and now have toiled in their unbreathed memories with the same play which you're not cool.
And we will hear it.
No, my lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world. Unless you can find sport in their intent, extremely conned and stretched with full pain to each service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go bring them in.
I love not to see wretchedness o'ercharged and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet? You shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing of this kind.
The kind are we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake. In what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes in might, not to merit. While I've come, great clerks have proposed to greet you with premeditated welcomes. While I've seen them shiver and look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practice, accent, and fears, and in conclusion, dumbly broke off, not paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet, out of this silence, yet I picked welcome, and in the modesty of fearful duty, I read as much from the rattling tongue of saucy and audacious eloquence. Love, therefore, in tongue-tied simplicity, at least speak most to my capacity.
So please, your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
If we offend, it is with our good will that you should think we come not to offend, but with good will, to show our simple skill that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then we come but in despite. We do not come as minded to contest you. Our true intent is, all for your delight, we are not here. That you should here repent you, the actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all you would like to know.
This fellow cannot stand upon points.
Yeah, through this prologue like a rough colt. He knows not the stop. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, you have been in this prologue like a child on a reporter, a sound to the not in governments.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired but all disorder. Who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on which way shall this play. This man is Pyramus, if you would know this. Beauteous Lady Thisbe is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present a wall, that vile wall which did these lovers sunder, and through wall's chink, poor souls and they content to whisper, at the which let no man wonder. This man with lanthorn, dog, and bush of thorns presented moonshine. For if you will know by moonshine that these lovers mean no scorn to mean meanest is too, they're to woo. This grisly beast, lion hide by name, the trusty Thisbe coming first by night, did scare away or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, and lined with vile and bloody mouth did stay. And on comes Pyramus, sweet, youth, and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat with blade, with bloody blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast. And Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain at large discourse while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may when many asses do.
In this same interlude, it doth befall that I once not by name present a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think that had it been a cranny for a cheek, to which the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did often whisper through very secretly. And the stone, blown, and rough cast that show that I am that same wall, the truth is so. And this the cranny is, light and sinister, to which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire Lyman here to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that e'er I heard discourse, my lord.
But silence. Pyramus draws near the wall.
Oh, grim looking night. Oh, night, with hue so black. Oh, night, which ever arch when day is not. Oh, night, alack, alack, alack! I fear my Thisbe's promises forgot. And thou, O wall, O sweet and lovely wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine. Thou wall, O sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss, cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, sir, in fact he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I'm to spy her through the chink in the wall. You shall see we'll hold pat, as I said. Yonder she comes. Often hast thou heard my notes, often my fair words speak. Often hath my lips touched thy stones with lime and hand of the I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe? Hello, my love, I think. Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like my mender am I trusty still. And I like Helen too. Not softless to progress, or so true. And progress to shovelers and I to you. Oh, kiss me through the whole of this vile wall. Mwah! I kiss the wall's whole, not my lips at all. Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straightway? Time life, time death. I come that way.
I know.
Thus have I wall, my heart discharged itself, and thus being done, away doth go.
Now is the real now between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no words of imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination, and not theirs.
If you imagine the worst of them to prepare themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here comes some noble beasts, and a man and a lion.
You, ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here, when lion rough in wildest rage doth he ride. Then know that I, as snug to join with, and may lion fell, nor else no lion's death. For if I should as lion come in strife in this place, for pity on my life.
A very gentle beast, of a good conscience.
The very best in a beast, my lord, that e'er I saw. This lion is a very fox for his valor.
True, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I am sure, cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries not the fox. It is well. Leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He is no crescent, and his horns are invisible in the circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present. I
greatest heir of all the earth. The man should be put into the landlord. How is it else the man of the moon?
He dares not come there for the candle, for you see it is already in snuff.
I'm aware of this move. What he would change.
It appears by small light of that he is in the way. But yet, in courtesy and all the reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All I have to say is to tell you that this lanthorn is the moon. I, the man in the moon. This thorn bush, my thorn bush. And this dog, my dog.
Why, all these should be put into the lanthorn, for they are all in the moon. But silence, here comes Skyview.
This is true. Where's my dog?
Oh, right. Well born, lions.
Well run, it speaks. Well mouse, lion.
And then came pyramids, and so lion vanished. Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest Thisbe's sight.
Don't speak your nose.
But stay, oh spite! But mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here? Eyes do you see? How can it be? Oh, baby duck, oh dear, thy mantle good, what, stained with blood? Approaching furies hell! Come, bait, come, bread and crumb! Quail, crush, conclude and quell!
This passion in the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
It's a sheer wildness, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lion's frame, since lion here hath the plow in my dear, which is, no, which was the fairest dame, that lived, that liked, that loved, that looked with fairest cheer. Come, tears, confound, out sword and wound the path of Pyramus. I that left the path where heart doth haunt. Thus die I. Thus. Now am I dead. Now am I fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, loose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now die! No die, but an ace for him, for he is but one. Less than an ace man, for he is dead. He is nothing.
With the help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and prove an ass.
Finds her lover.
She will find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
A moat will turn the balance. Which Pyramus, which Thisbe is the better? He for a man, God warned us. She for a woman, God bless us. She hath spied him already with those sweet eyes, and thus she means.
Asleep, madam? What? Dead, madam? Oh, Pyramus arrived! These lily lips, this cherry nose, this yellow God! Loves like Mo, his eyes were as green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come to me with hands as pale as pink.
No, sir. In fact, the wall that parted their fathers is down. Will it please you to hear the epilogue?
No epilogue, I pray you. Blame is no excuse. Never excuse for when all the players are dead. Then you have to be blamed. Mary, if he had written had played pyramids and hanged himself in Bisbee's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy. And so it is, truly and very notably discharged. Let your epilogue alone. The iron tug of the is almost merry time. I fear we shall not sleep the coming morn, as much as we this night have overwatched. Sweet friends to bed, a fortnight hold, we this solemnity, in nightly revels, in new jollity.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behowls the moon. Now is the time of night, the graves all gaping wide. Everyone lets forth his sprite, and the churchway paths divide. And we fairies that do run from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream. Now our frolic, not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house.
Through the house give glimmering light by the dead and drowsy fire, and every elf and fairy